New for 2019, our BOLA professional bowling machine has a brand new control panel. First thing that's obvious is the old LCD display has been replaced with this new e-ink, e-paper display. It's high resolution, and that allows us to display a lot more information, and because the machine will do more things, that's a very useful update. First things first, the original control panel was pretty good in some respects, so retained a lot of the features that it had. So initially you can control the speed up and down just like the old machine, and then we have bias on these two here, left and right. And you have a visual display with the arrow one way or the other, tells you which way the ball will swing. The other things that are in the home screen are we have run time on the screen, so the machine's been running for 4 minutes, and in the corner there's also a ball count which counts individual balls as they go through. Quite a useful feature. You can allow people to bat against so many balls, say a 20 ball session or a 50 ball session. When they face the 50 balls, change the player, have a new player in. And then we have a variations indicator that tells you when the variations are on and off. The variations work with the automatic feeder. We used to have a variation setting in the old machine that worked with the automatic feeder. This will also work when you're manual feeding the machine, so you're feeding it by hand, and you can have variations set when you're manual feeding. With the new configuration, we have a functions menu. To access that, press and hold the functions button, and the menu is displayed. So this is the main menu. So if we start at the top, automatic feeder, if you select that runs you through the available options with the automatic feeder. First you set the delay between balls, and then it has a beeper on and off. You can turn that if you want to operate in silent mode, and then you can enable and disable the remote, and then that's set. If the feeder is plugged in, the machine detects it and you're off and running with a feeder. With the remote, to manually operate the feeder, you just press the function button twice and it starts the feed. Second option on the menu is variation. So if you select variation, again you get led through by pressing the function button what options are available for the variations. So first we turn them on, sorry, and then you select whether you've got a left-handed or right-handed batsman, because the variations are different. They're offset one side to the other for the left and right-handers. And then you're given the option to select an upper speed limit for the variation in speed, and then a lower speed limit, and again you can scroll up and down to select the lower speed limit. And then the amount of bias variation, which in effect is line adjustment, so you get the ball to move, the line of the ball to move with swing. Select that, and then it's off and running, and then what's going on with the variations is displayed at the bottom of the e-ink display there. The next thing on the menu is something you'll probably only set once, and that allows you to select either kilometers an hour or miles an hour. So if we select that, currently operating in miles an hour, we'll select kilometers an hour, and then so we've got our display from 54 miles an hour to 86 kilometers an hour. Next thing on the menu, diagnostics. There's not much to concern the user on this, so this is for our benefit only. Except for the remote channel. When you buy an automatic feeder, it has a remote with it which has an option of 1 to 10 channels, and you can select the remote channel and change it here. So we've been using channel 0 in house, so that's selected there, and then that will talk to the remote that you have as long as it's channel 0, and the remotes are all labelled up with the channel there operate on. Last thing on the menu is just a ball counter. So selecting ball counter, that allows you to reset the ball counter and reset the session time. So if you want the ball counter to go back to 0, then you just press that and select that, and it resets it. But as we haven't thrown any balls in the session, it's at 0 anyway. The other update for 2019 is we've made a new electronic configuration for the automatic feeder. So first thing to notice is it uses a different connector, so that the new feeder won't fit the old machine, and a new machine won't take an old feeder. The other update for the feeder is we're now using a 4-button remote. So we've got 4 available options. The first one switches the continuous feed on and off. So you can see that we have a traffic light system that indicates when the ball is being released, a bleep at the start of the sequence, and then press the button, turns it off again. The second button is a single shot. So you press the button once, throws just one ball. Press it again, throws another ball. Again, you get the bleep at the start of the sequence. The last two button functions on the remote are quite nifty. They're speed nudge buttons, so you can nudge the speed up or down, and it allows you 5 miles an hour either side of the set speed. Very nice if you want to change the speed or length of the ball, so the speed does actually change the length when you're away from the machine. Very nice coach's addition, that. In summary, the new control panel is probably the first major update the machines had for nearly 2 decades. It does allow machine users to have, as well as the consistency they've always had, is to get some competition with the practices as well, bring some variety in with the variations. We think it works really well. Hopefully the customers will too.